now, along with Alan Mendenhall, research fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Thomas, I'll start with you. Obviously, it is unavoidable pain at the pump. We are not dependent on Middle Eastern oil, but oil is a global commodity. And certainly with that global pricing comes pain at the pump. Nationally, inflation at 3.3%. How do you look at all of this, the impact on the average American today, but also at the same time, the long-term prospects for where energy costs will go?
Well, I mean, gas prices are definitely up, but I view it as a side effect of trying to combat Iran, essentially. So there's a benefit of cost of trying to limit nuclear power with a country that wants to, death to America, essentially. That's an enormous benefit if that's successful, and it's a small price to pay to have energy bills go up a couple of months or 3 months in some sense. I think the benefit swamps that. Now, the economy is doing much better because we have this sort of AI IT boom that is remarkable taking place. That was driving a big part of the GDP number, essentially. And also investment is enormously healthy, given the tax breaks that, deferred depreciation is taking place in the big, beautiful bill being permanent. We had a huge number on investment, which bodes well for the future of the productivity of workers and therefore wages of workers.
Absolutely. Speaking of, again, these broader issues, we look at what happens at your home, at your kitchen table and your pocketbook, but also the longer tail concerns of the nation. Alan, I want to talk about something that every American deals with, air travel. Spirit Airlines shutting down after failing to agree to terms on a bailout. Over 13,000 jobs lost. Many customers left in the dark, having to rebook flights. Secretary Sean Duffy explaining that the Biden administration, in many ways, is the root cause of the Spirit collapse. Take a listen.
And at the time, the Biden and Buttigieg DOJ bragged and said, as they canceled the option for this merger, that this was a victory for U.S. travelers who deserve lower prices and better choices. Now, many at the time said this was a disaster. This merger should have been allowed. And this today would indicate this is not better for travelers. This is not better for pricing. This is not better for competition. Actually, it's worse. We had an airline go down because the markets were trying to allow two airlines to merge, make them stronger, and offer more competition for the American consumer.
And Alan, there you have it. You had people like Elizabeth Warren saying, kill the deal that they had for merger. And on the other side now, lamenting the jobs that were lost because the private sector couldn't figure it out on their own. They want to have it both ways all the time. I don't think they know how to add.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Elizabeth Warren. I was going to place some of the blame there because she helped kill that JetBlue Spirit merger, which was really Spirit's last chance. And it was done through antitrust, which, of course, Elizabeth Warren's a big supporter of, and it blocked a $3.8 billion deal. Yep. So, she was a contributing factor. On the other hand, markets work best with no bailouts and no favoritism and where there are real consequences. We remember the financial crisis and how the banks got bailout. Well, that created a moral hazard where firms are actually incentivized to take more risk and taxpayers are expected to cover the losses. So that's a bad situation, too. We don't want that. We don't want bailout to shift costs to taxpayers. We don't want individuals to be forced to subsidize failing businesses. So Spirit is also partly to blame for this as well.
Absolutely. Turns out if you want to fly from New York to California for $49 and don't have a single stitch of clothing to bring with you besides the clothes on your back, Spirit was a great choice. But other than that, the customers clearly said not to work. Anyway, got to leave it there. Thomas, Alan, we appreciate you both. We'll talk to you again soon. Keep it locked.